What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the Monday Xfinity series here at the Charlotte Roval. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, watching this right now, we're in for a treat because this is the last opportunity for Packers to gain some ground, realistically, of course, on Agent Orange, aka Nathan, for the Monday Championship. I've been hyping this day up for a while now because it is the closest title fight within all of MRL right now. So you guys are going to be in for a treat. We have the Charlotte Roval, of course, joining me up in the booth, who literally just joined. So wonderful timing. We have BS 14 cars. Thank you guys so much. Of course. BS here won the combined standings. He is mathematically the champion of all of the lights exclusive drivers. So congrats there, BS. Like I said, impeccable timing. He also finished P2 here last night in the Sunday series, so he knows how to get around. BS, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I know you just got home. I just got home myself. So we are really a little bit on edge. We're hyped up with energy here. So hopefully we can continue that here going into the Charlotte Roval. So BS, you were in this race yesterday. And if I'm doing my count correctly, we may have one, much like yesterday, nine drivers that are going to be lining on up in the race tonight, making this a 50%er here. What are the do's and don'ts for this race?
I'm gonna start off with the strategy here. Fuel window is about 15 laps. The the tires will get better as they age, like a fine wine, if you will. The Except for that very last lap when they get below 20%, the car just starts sliding. So you really want to go, I think, 14 laps, split it evenly in half. These guys get a pace lap for free, so I don't think they should have any problems making a one-stop race. As for the track itself, I think your trouble points are going to be turn one, turn four, and the chicanes.
Of course, turn one being the one that we are always looking forward to, the heartburn turn, the one that Xander called yesterday, giving a lot of people heartburn because they don't even want to think about getting absolutely destroyed going into that corner. Turn four, of course, is the part of like the mini backstretch, the first corner going into that right there. That is turn four, and the reason why is because you get so loose. A very flat track, flat corner that is, so it's really hard to get on the power. And if you get on it too much, you are slipping and sliding, and don't even think about hitting that little rumble
That
strip.
rumble strip's the worst
Yeah,
part.
yeah, that rumble strip will absolutely turn you on very worn tires. So of course, as you said, you have the tires, the tires that are going to be aging like a fine wine. Of course, if you go over that edge, and we have a potential of well, someone going face first into that inside wall, um, and then the chicanes, the bus stop as well as the final corner. Yesterday we saw Hunty make excellent use of the blue turtles, which in real life would destroy your car. In this game, though, a little bit of leeway. You can actually use those to your advantage, and albeit the price is stability. Yes, go ahead, use them all you want, but if when you land, like as in like you hit those corners and your right sides land, well, I mean, if you get loose, then that's the price you're paying for time. And BS, of course, you ran second here yesterday. Like I said, locking up the combined standings here. Tonight is a different story. We have two drivers that are in a dead heat in points. 51 points separates point leader Nathan, Agent Orange, as well as Packers Dynasty. 51 points separates out here. What are the outlooks? Because you sent me an entire list of notes for this. We have Realistically, this is the last chance for Packers to gain some ground, being so good as he is at road courses, he's always a top five contender in the Cup Series. But this is lights now. We are now in a different car, a different series with different drivers all around. Of course, what is it in terms of well, Packers? Because you sent me, like I said, a bunch of notes here. What are the outlooks for the championship fight?
Well, Packers, it's very simple. He has to really gain some points this race in order to really have a much of a shot at Homestead. If he stays where he is, then that's going to be too big of a gap because the gap as it is right now in points is effectively first to 11th, and I don't think we've had a race with 11 drivers on either day this year. So I think he really needs to close down the gap, and I think he can. This has been one of his better tracks, and I think you can vouch for that. He's sitting on the pole here, and Nathan says it has gone on record and said that he is not a road course racer. So I think this is a brilliant opportunity for Packers to gain a lot of ground and give himself a fighting chance going into Homestead.
And of course, let's not forget about what potentially could have happened last week at Charlotte. Nathan originally wrecked, spinning, going all the way, dropping down to P8, but he rebounded back to P3. Packers, this was his opportunity to gain some points. Was at one point leading the race, but then missed pit road. BS. It's quick of as a blink of an eye right here. We are seeing that the title fight can swing in either direction because when Nathan wrecked, it swung to Packers' way, and then when he missed pit road, it swung back to Nathan. We could potentially be seeing the same thing here. Of course, we won't know until we actually race. BS, go ahead, talk about the clinch scenarios for the combined standings because we have an entire different set of standings here. BS was the one that locked that up. However, the top five in those standings advance to the Cup Series, and BS created. Thank you, BS, for doing this, for creating a list of clinch scenarios. So while you go on about that, I'm going to get in Discord and set up the lobby so they know.
So I have one question before you go do that.
All right. Oh,
Is Dakota racing?
Dakota is not racing. He is out of town
Dakota
for
is
work.
not racing. Okay, so with Dakota missing tonight's race, that will allow both Kalen clinched with the results of last night's ROVAL race. So Kalen will be the second Xfinity exclusive to confirm his promotion to Cup next season. With Dakota not racing, now Baseball Kid is now officially promoted to Cup, so he will be the third driver to promote here. His scenario was really simple. Either he had to start or Dakota had to not start, and it might, from what I read in Discord, he's gonna get both of those things, which is pretty nice to hear. And the other driver who can clinch tonight, if he's racing, I don't know if he is, Blakey T, he can clinch by, I believe, starting the race with 9 drivers, yeah. So he needs 98 points. He can get more than that just from starting the race tonight, but I will have to get back with Patton and ask him if Blakey T is starting. And those are your clinch scenarios as of tonight at the ROVAL. Now, depending what happens here, it will change who can clinch going into Homestead. There are four other eligible drivers mathematically who can mathematically make it to top five. Stellan Dreams, he's gonna probably be up fifth or sixth in points once things are all said and done here. I'm trying to remember the other guy, Dees, who said he was going to be returning to racing after he had life happen and he had to step away from the game for a little bit. He's still technically in the fight if he manages to be able to race the last race. And the other two are Dakota Drake, who is not racing tonight, so that will hurt his chances, and Trump Train. So those are your four that can mathematically make it to the top five in points, but who cannot who cannot clinch tonight. And when Patton gets back, I will ask him if Blakey T is racing.
All right. So I am talking to both the Discord as well as you now, BS. Blakey T will not be joining us tonight.
Okay, so in that event, we have three of the five confirmed Xfinity exclusive promoting the Cup next season. We have me,
Mm-hmm.
Kalen, and now Baseball Kid.
All right. Well, let me actually relay that to the Discord real quick. Um, so based on who we see in racing right now, oh, Blakey T is racing. I lied. All right, he just showed up out of the blue. All right, never mind. So that just
All right.
changes everything.
Well, if Blakey T races, he confirms.
If Blakey T does race, he confirms. So that would be four out of the top five
Yes.
clinching. So that would be BS. That's you already. We have Kalen. That is going to be locked up for Cup next season. Blakey T as well as Baseball Kid. Just by starting the race, doesn't matter if they quit lap one. It is going to be them four for 100% sure in
Yes.
the next round. So, with that being said, the only one that is currently on the cusp of making it is Dees. Dees is, of course, the odd one looking. He's in, looking out, and right now we
Uh,
have.
Zelen Dreams has passed him in points.
Well, there we go. Tom Selling Dreams is now past him in points. However, like I said, unless someone out of the blue, like Dees, comes back next race, which I know he's looking forward to getting in back into racing. He said he ordered a PS5 and it should be here soon. So maybe he'll be on board for next week, but we will see.
With the points the way they are, Zelen Dreams just have to show up to Homestead and he will make it to Cup. But if he
Yes,
doesn't, then it's
right
a
now,
three
yeah,
horse race. Yeah.
yes. So that is the great unknown right now, and that's racing. You know, honestly, I always say that's on the drivers to put in a lap, put in a time, show up. It doesn't even matter if you're in it for the entire race. You know, if you do one of those three things, you know, you collect points. That's the beauty of putting in a lap, week long qualifying. You get points by just putting in a backwards lap. You know, you run in reverse, run a 13-minute lap, you get points for it. I mean, that's and it's for anyone that doesn't do that.
I would never
That's
do
on them.
such a thing.
But yeah, yeah, we all know that's a lie. But yeah. Anyway, so with that, we have a few brand new people in chat right now. We have the returners like Baseball Kid, Brandon, but also we have Alexis in chat right now. That is a new face I've not seen before, as well as Eric Jones fan. Eric Jones fan is racing greens. He will be making his debut start in the series, as well as MRL just in total, and he's going to be in the 36 Alex LeBay machine. To go through the qualifying order, we have the four that put in times, which is Packers, which is a shocker that he put in a lap, but understandable based on the situation that he is in points. With Cyber lined up alongside, and then after that we have It was Eric Jones. No, wait, I'm sorry. I had it right in front of me. I know it's 10-12 right now, so I know we need to get the ball rolling. It was Goose, U.S. Track Enterprise, in the 78, also making his debut appearance, and then Nathan, Agent Orange, after that. So, with that, BS, do you have an invite? I will send you one, just a safety invite.
I could use
And
another one. I have one.
gotcha. And Discord, we will. I'm gonna back on out. I'm gonna unpause the timer. Let me know when I can join. Just kidding. I'm gonna stay in here because we had a problem with that yesterday until like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was kind of hilarious, to
Well, the
be
thing
honest.
is, the thing is, by doing that, that would have made it a 25% race. So that's why I'm gonna create this new rule that I won't back out until like 5 seconds till.
That way you won't have to wait as long until you join either.
That yeah, basically I can just back on out and I'll just rejoin, and I can let you know when we can join. Oh,
Why has it been like this so long?
by the way, evens on the right, odds on the left. Go at the line, not restart zone. All right, and three, two, one. Will we be doing a pace lap? Of course, we have to get into positions. All right, we can join.
No, we're just going immediately green.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and we can join.
Alright, cool. Let me get a good look who's in here so I can do my ones to watch.
Hunty in chat said worst COD for the win. So
He's the goat. He can win without even being in the race.
well, he is in the race
Well,
actually. So
legend.
he
Oh,
is in
he's
the
in.
race.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
shocker. I
Well,
know.
he's just winning.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not even a
there's it's a
contest at
battle
this
for
point.
P2 at this point. Anyway,
Honestly,
so we have of course the top four qualifiers. Then after that we have going through the rest of the running order. Worst Cod's going to line up P5. Kalen will not be joining us, so that'll put Baseball Kid P6, Blakey T P7. After that, Pied Piper P8, Heron P9, and then the Racing Greens in P10. So yeah, there we go. With US Trek taking his US Trek taking his debut. All right. Okay. No, they have it confused.
I think I'm gonna line up with Pied Piper here on this initial start. See what it looks like from the back of the field on the initial start. And Patton, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Just on the party, right? Yeah, okay.
All right, I am muted. So yeah, thank you. All right.
Okay.
So with that being said, with this track being a anti-clockwise motion, I would rather be on the inside. Honestly, I don't know by UBS. Would you rather be on that?
It depends on where in the pack I am. I don't mind starting
And
P2. I don't
we are
think based
green.
on last night's rates.
And with that, Packers is going to be taking the hard left-hander. Nathan gets really loose and out of the groove. That's going to put him on the outside looking in. Blakey T is going to be looking to that inside lane right there. However, Packers is on a very hard charge as already right now. But you can see that Nathan is starting to... He put in a lot of practice for this. Nathan finding himself in P4 after Blakey T mounted a charge to the inside right now. But yeah, after that, we can see that Blakey T, though, in the 61 is not going to let him go easily. This race is going to be very competitive, as well as with it being a 50% rear, as you said, is going to be a nice and clean one-stopper here.
I'm riding along with the 68 of Pied Piper here. Got good view of the racing, and it looked a lot cleaner, a lot less hectic than yesterday's opening lap. I think some of them must have watched yesterday's race and decided they didn't want to be that aggressive on lap 1, so I'm proud of them.
I am I am proud of him as well. But one thing I've noticed as well is that the 51 had the opportunity to really charge it down into the corner. Oh my goodness! And the 61 and the 51 are both into it right there. That may bring out a yellow. And it does. The 61 just totally botched the final chicane right there. Got into the 51 and went face first into the final chicane, collecting people behind him. So that will be much like yesterday. We had a lap 1 caution.
I think I jinxed them, but I hope they were watching yesterday's race to see what to do about the lap 1 caution. Because the 2 drivers that stayed out finished 1-2.
Mm-hmm. Well, definitely. Like I said, their tires age like fine wine, and basically by staying out, you're on those tires longer. And since the race is a natural one-stop anyway, you don't have to make a certain fuel or tire window. You can just go. But we're gonna be stacked up one more time. Looks like everyone either pit and just stayed in the same positions, but we're going to see how they all kind of stack out again here. Packers being really conservative going to the corner, but he gets loose. Oh, Packers is around. Oh, Packers. Oh, no. Oh, kind of like, oh, exactly like last week. A mistake may cost him a championship, and I can just tell that Packers is beating himself up right now. Oh, that's not how you want to go out like that, but that puts Cyber in P1.
Not what you want to see. He needed to gain so many points, and he just lost a lot of time. Where's he at now? Like 10th?
He is last. That is P10. But with a little bit of contact between Heron and Piper, that's going to be 2 positions, with Worscott getting out of the way as well. That's going to be 3 positions, so that's going to put him back into P7. So, could have been worse. Ooh, U.S. Truck being really aggressive in the bus stop right there. That's going to allow for, what was his lead to drop on back to P3, and Nathan being elevated into P2.
And Nathan went on record saying he did not like the road courses, but he's, all that practice you said he put in is paying off right now. He's sitting there in P2.
Yes, exactly. And much like you did yesterday, it's weird how it works out sometimes. You have people that are really down on themselves, and all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, they're doing pretty well. 2 different days, common trend. Ooh, but Nathan goes wide in turn 3 right there. Turn 4 right now, one of our problem corners. Cyber getting a little bit loose. Going to lose a little bit of time, but nothing too crazy. As you can see, the battle for oh my God, P4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 cars deep right now with Blake T having it, everyone wanting it, and that's going to be another position for Packers as Baseball Kids gets wicked loose, and that's Packers is on a hard charge. He is driving angry right now, knowing that he is now behind the 8 ball yet again.
Why are you spreading out again?
And it looks like US Trek Enterprise, Goose got another, oh my goodness, as Packers picks up 2 positions in the bus stop, but gets a little bit of loose, so he may lose one of those, but still, a net gain to the bus stop. He is driving like a madman right now, but in a good way. He's not, barging people out of his way. He's just capitalizing on the mistakes of others, as, oh my goodness, Eric Jones fan just plowed the back of Packers and gave him a penalty! Oh my goodness! When does it end?
It's honestly a meme at this point.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, well, the 51's in the wall. That's nice.
Oh, but in their own rights, both drivers are making their own mistakes. However, Nathan is on a the better of the two right now, still sitting in P3 under attack from US Trek Enterprise for that position. Oh, we have a caution.
Why?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't honestly know what brought out that caution, honestly. But this may change things, BS. Hey guys, what lap is it? How many laps to go before we start back up? 21?
Do you think
before we go back,
18 laps on
do you think they can make it in this the final stop? Do you think there's anyone that's going to be willing to try it?
Packers.
Packers? Yeah, Packers through the styrofoam sealant out, and we see that Nathan did not pit. So there were some that did pit, and there were some that did not. This may prove to be a strategy race after all here. Turn 1 being really aggressive. Nathan taking a hyper aggressive lane, but it actually worked out. Behind him though,
lap it is.
When it's 21, so they was 21 before the caution, so they're restarting with 18 to go. It's 3 laps. It's 3 laps for a caution.
Okay.
Yeah, so 18. I don't know. That's. Ooh, I don't know about that.
15 is the outside. I think I went 15 and a half on fuel when I tested here, and it's actually easier to save fuel on a road course than a normal 1.5 miles because
but how about your tires though? How about your tires though?
Yeah, if you're going slower to begin with to save fuel, your tires should be okay. But I never actually tested for fuel strategies, so I can't say 100%.
I wonder. I'm curious to see who's going to be ballsy enough to try it. But who knows? We could just be wrong, and they may lose enough time that the people come on down, take a splash and go, or take 2 tires and go, and that's it. So it's a risk versus a reward type of thing. But however,
but then if they do the splash and go, can their tires make it?
Well, that's the thing, and at that point, you might as well, if you're just going for a splash and go, you might as well just say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to try making it in no further stops. However, and speaking of that, we see.
And there's no caution. Never mind.
Another caution. What the heck is bringing these out?
Water balls on the track.
Now for sure they pit here. There's no question about that. If they don't pit here, they screw themselves over.
But it's 3 laps for a caution. How much fuel do you use under caution?
Well, they're going to be restarting because they completed a lap, so they restarted with 18, and then they just took 17. They're going to be restarting with 14 to go. If they don't pit here, they're screwing themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot. I'm just wondering what these cautions are for. Worscott didn't pit. Blakey T didn't pit. Oh, spicy. Strategy. I don't think it's the correct strategy, but you know what? You do you. Worscott leading a lap. All right, let's go. The GOAT. And head first into the Harper. Oh no, this is going to be a bottleneck here into turn 2. Everyone has the position. Oh my goodness, that's not what you want seeing out of your front windshield right now. Still though, Packers is still playing catch up to Nathan right now. Packers still behind everyone as US Trek makes the pass on worst caught, and Packers is going to follow, or at least try to follow, and he does, so that's another position for him. However, Nathan still in P4, but that puts Packers in P6 right now. I'm just saying, still behind the 8 ball, but Nathan and Packers did pit there, so should we go caution free now, then that is going to be position for them to make it all the way 100%. Oh, and Packers absolutely destroyed US Trek into the corner, and by extension,
oh, he destroyed Nathan.
That was, and by extension, hit the 61 and the 51, and that put the 20. And now I'm just telling you, BS, the 20. Oh, the two championship rivals going side by side. The 61 gets a penalty because of that chicane. I think he saw what Hunty was doing right there, and I'm telling you, that's your own risk by doing that. So Hunty was running a very specific line, and the 61 just tried to replicate that line and got punished for doing that.
Yeah, the 15 just has a understanding of this track that I don't think anyone in either day could really replicate. Not only could he jump those curbs, but he could do it with a level of consistency that many drivers struggle with without jumping over those curbs.
Yes, and because of that, actually going back to the whole clinch scenario, Baseball Kid actually backed on out. He has to go to school tomorrow, so of course, we see racers of all ages. We have US Trek that's 57, and then we also have our Baseball Kid who's 13.
Packers in
so
the P3.
Packers in the P3. New leader here. That is Eric Jones fan, Racing Greens here, with Cyber hot in tow. Liam is in chat right now. How you doing today, bud? Oh man, jumping the corner, jumping the curb right there. But you can see the little bit of ground that Cyber made up here. So yes, depending on how you take that corner, you can gain some time. However, you overstep that boundary and you are off for a ride. Right now, though, Racing Green's leading the way. How old is Racing Green's? He's a teenager, I know that. So, but not exactly sure. But yeah, we have racers of all ages here in MRL, which is very nice to see, actually. You have the old veterans that have been league racing for a while, as well as the hot shots wanting to prove themselves. Oh, Nathan with a lovely move going into Charlotte turn 1 right there. But Goose, US Trek Enterprise giving him no quarter. And that is going to be a spot that is going to be contested here, as Packers is actually closing in on first and second.
Has Nathan led a lap here?
Has Nathan led a lap? Yes, he has. Remember, he was leading for that 1 second. So currently, Packers has led a lap, as so has Nathan. So they're back equal in points. So the lap led will not be able to save them. And as I have mentioned before, as Nathan makes the pass for P4, that we have basically, think about it like this. If Packers finishes in P1, hypothetically, and Nathan finishes in P4, basically they finish where they start, the point lead will be down to 31 points, essentially halved. And we'll see how this goes, because right now Packers is really closing in on Cyber, but so is Nathan as well. He dispatched US Trek right there. I wonder how this is going to go, as Blakey T has left the race as well. So that is another contender down.
The more people leave, the better the worst case scenario gets for Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
And if he has a major meltdown, the worst he can finish now is 8th.
Exactly. And right now 8th is that's not the camera. Probably not the opportunity that Worst COD wanted me to go on him with. But yeah, 8th is with Worst COD right now, and right now I think it would take like a lag out or something like that. Like worst, as you said, worst case scenario to really happen. As I'm seeing Cyber kind of start struggling right now. I'm actually very surprised by that. Uh, the 51 and the 20 are both reeling him in, and the 36 is pulling away.
I think the 36 has the most speed out of all of them right now. I'm gonna go on board with Packers here and see what he's doing.
Well, I'll tell you what. He said he has said on stream before that he is running a 9, so he's actually able to turn the corner super easy. So we're gonna see. Oh, Pied Piper. Oh, that gets way too loose. But yeah, he's turning really well right now. So that is gonna be playing to his advantage. Unfortunately, right now. Packers is he's jumping the curbs. He's doing everything that he can. He gained a little bit of ground on Cyber right there, and actually extended his gap over the 51 as well. Doing the best he can do. Only one spot behind. Currently, this would be a net gain of 5 points for Packers should the race finish this lap. However, Packers needs a little bit more than that. He needs something to go on. He needs something to happen to Nathan, and Nathan just needs to keep on doing what he's doing and just not let the 20 get out of his sight.
Yeah, really, on this do something's all on the 20 here right now, and you were talking about running a preset 9 here. I'm also running a preset 9 here for the Xfinity race.
Oh, and that is potentially position for Packers now. He's going to try to do the switchback here, go underneath the Cyber. Oh, no, actually he gets on the outside wall. You can actually see that by battling here, and you can see how much time you lose. Now, this is going to be really tricky here. Packers on the inside, Cyber's on the outside. At what point does Cyber back on out of it? He is in the unpreferred line going into the bus stop here. He misses the corner. That's going to be a position for Nathan as well. Essentially just saying, thank you, I'm going to go on past.
That was not what Packers wanted to have happen, and there's a worse card from him. I bet he's so excited to see that.
Oh. Oh, but Nathan! Oh my goodness! He missed the chicane! He got a penalty! And that's down 2 positions! P5! That's exactly what Packers wants to see right now. He just cannot afford any more mistakes on both sides right now.
He's, I'm sure he wants to go and chase down the 36 right now, but I think he has to just put that out of his mind, act like he's the leader, and run a clean race to the end.
Yes, that is going to be the big key here. Meanwhile, the 36 doing exactly what he wants to do right now. However, I do see the 20 getting a little bit closer right now. Yes, indeed, championship implications, literally. Because right now, as they run, that is a net gain of 15 points. So, with that being said, Nathan needs to get a little closer to the 78 and not be blocked like he did. He also cannot afford another penalty. Thankfully for him, I don't know where Worst Guy was going right there, but that was thankfully for him. His nearest competitor is the 98, who is easily a quarter of the track behind. So even if hypothetically the 51 gets another penalty, that is enough gap for him just to keep on motoring in P5.
I'm right on board with him right now. He's got the 78, I believe, of Goose right in front of him. I'm sure he wants to get up there and make the pass to secure five more points.
Well, the thing is, the 78 kind of held him up last time. He was blocking pretty aggressively for that position. Of course, US Trek going for his own winner's right himself. He is still racing. There's still a race to be run. Of course, we always expect for the drivers to know the bigger picture, but sometimes they're not obligated to honor them, which is kind of expected. But as we kind of ignore that for a hot second, we're going to be coming back to that, is what I'm trying to say. The 20 is absolutely chasing on down the 36. I can't say for certain because we don't have a exact leaderboard, but he probably gained easily maybe 3 seconds on him in the time span of 2 laps. He is really hauling balls right now. This would be the ultimate comeback story, BS.
That would actually be the ultimate comeback story. I can't even see him from... Oh, I can't see him. Oh, interesting.
Interesting line. Interesting lines from the for turn 1 right there. Same thing with turn 3 going into turn 4. I think Nathan kind of missed his mark a little bit, but I can see what he was trying to do. He went wide in turn 3 in order to get a cleaner exit in turn 4. Same thing with turn 1. They went and arced super late for a later apex to get a longer short shoot going in between turns 1 and 2. I like that line. That's exactly how time is made on up. But, ooh, the 36 gets loose. It's going to open up the door for the 20, who is now, easily 2 seconds back right now. 2, maybe even 1.5. Right now, I don't know if it's the worn tires or if the 36 is kind of mirror driving right now. Of course, I always talk about the driver mentality, and, if you guys know from other esports, anyone watching as well as UBS, there is a term called tilt. And when you see someone gaining ground, when you are the leader, you essentially get tilted a little bit, where I'm just like, okay, well, now I need to start making time. And sometimes by trying to go faster, actively trying to cut a little bit here, cut a little bit there to gain time, you actually make more mistakes. And I think that's what the 36 is doing right now.
I can't speak for everyone, but I get more tilted out of the race than actually in the race usually.
After the race, you said?
No, like out of the race, like when I'm not racing versus when I am racing, if that makes sense.
Oh, I see. No, I mean, that makes sense. I understand. Actually, let's get a lap update. Hey guys, whenever you get an opportunity, how many more laps to go? Sorry. 5 to go right now? Copy. Leader will take 4 to go this time. So this is going to be a big opportunity for Packers if he is able to make it on pass. But right now, Nathan's battle is with the 78 right now. Still attempting to get past him. However, Goose is doing everything that he needs to do and just stay out in front. The 20, though, seems to have fallen a little bit back from the 36. The 36, about... I'd probably actually extended the gap a little bit to 2.5 right now. However, you're coming up on another lap car, and I think that is a 7 yet again. But I do like the lines I'm seeing from Packers right now.
That's worse cut. Never mind.
Yeah, the 20 is doing everything that he needs to do, running beautiful lines. However, I think he'll run out of laps before he'll get the win. However, this should be still exalted in his own right because remember, Packers is yet to finish on the podium in Xfinity Series. Oh, that was super close right there. Turned in a little bit. Oh my goodness. Nathan
just drilled the 78.
Yes, that's what I saw right there. That looks like maybe broke a little bit too late. We came back a little bit too soon, but that is either way still a place for him. So the net gain is now back to 10 points. That's unfortunate though from Goose's perspective. Through no fault of your own, you go and get a penalty from that. Of course, the 51 just outbroke himself. He is trying to gain the position, but he didn't want to do it like that. That was totally unintentional.
36, I think, is gaining time on the 20 now. I think the 20 used up all his stuff trying to catch him earlier. Now he's trying too hard.
Yeah. Well, sometimes even in this flawed game that we play every day, there is a thing called saving your stuff, and we see it in real life as well, where you use up the good, or maybe even the 36 had an a um, a card up his sleeve or something like that, and he was saving his best for last right now. Keep in mind. Oh, that was okay. Oh, never mind. That was. I love how the game doesn't quite register the collision, but from that perspective, it looked like he was going for a ride right there. That's why I thought the 36 was about to get a penalty or something like that. Anywho, yeah, there is a thing about saving your stuff, and right now you see that the 36 has saved the best for last right now, and he is absolutely motoring away from the 20. If I do recall, if I did my math correctly, this is the last lap, correct? 2 to go. All right. I did not do my math correctly. So this is 2 to go right now. 1.5 laps left to go. But yeah, right now you can see the 36 has actually pulled away from the 20. And right now the 20 just needs to make sure he does not make a mistake. At this point, you're P2. You just have to accept it.
Yeah, don't make a not so good situation worse.
Yeah, it's still a good situation in that still coming out of this race, you'll have closed the gap to 41 points. But of course, you're gonna wonder, what if? Technically, as we see 1 to go right now, and the 36 takes 1 to go. Of course, you're gonna be like, what if I had one more race? What if I did this instead of that? I think either way, you're still mathematically.
Charlotte.
I'm sorry?
I said, what if he didn't miss pit road at Charlotte?
Exactly. What if he didn't miss pit road at Charlotte? Who knows? Maybe he would have been involved in another wreck. I mean, who's to say? That it wasn't meant to be. But still, 41 points is still plenty of, still mathematically in it, and realistically, it still can happen. However, with one race left, to gain 41 points is a very steep task.
Under if the finishing order holds, Nathan needs to finish P8 at Homestead to lock up the championship.
And who knows how many people will even show up. We may see 5 people show up. We may see everyone currently on the roster as a 36 takes the checkered flag, winning his maiden debut, adding to the likes of very few others, honestly, winning in their debut race. Packers will take P2, Cyber P3, so that will be the podium results right there. And actually, fun fact, this is Cyber's worst result in the Light Series, so weird. If P3 is your worst result, then that's a pretty damn good season. However, Packers will be joining the results. Packers will be joining the podium in the first race for Lights. Of course, he's won races in the Cup side of things, but this is his best finish for Lights. Hey guys, good race. I know people are still finishing right now, but if you guys could shoot me a list of full results whenever you guys get a chance, please, that would be great. And just to make sure, I do have the podium as Eric Jones fan. We have Packers and Cyber, correct? All right, copy. You guys will be brought up to the booth for post-race interviews. Good race, guys. So I wouldn't quite say Packers choked. He choked the win, yes, but hell of a comeback drive, though. P2. is the result that we have for him today. So he definitely had the car. And again, we look back at what if he didn't make that mistake. Then at that point, if he would have won, that would have been a net gain of 15 points. The result still would have been the same of 41 as opposed to 36, which means essentially a Nathan has to finish seventh or eighth, which is still not a huge difference, but it would have been nicer to see. Essentially, Packers was banking on Nathan making more of a stake than him having a perfect race. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with actually, I think even if he did win, it was still P8. P8 still locks it up because
Oh yeah, it's because after P7 or P6, we dropped down to 4 points difference between positions. So yeah, you're right. You're right. Hashtag fact checked. Oh, I totally went past Cyber, by the way.
I feel like that happens a lot, to be honest.
Well, went past Cyber. All right, BS, you have a preference on who you want to interview?
Um, I will do. I'll do Packers.
You do Packers. Okay. Just waiting on our race winner. There he is. Excellent race, gentlemen. We have a very it's still the battle for the lead is or the championship is still ongoing. And as I go through the running order, of course, we have our podium, which is Racing Greens, Packers, and Cyber. Um, we also have Nathan finishing P4, net gain of 10 points for Packers, meaning the gap is now down to 41 points going into the final race. Goose, US Czech Enterprise in his debut race finishing P5, Heron P6, Pied Piper P7, Worst Cod P8, and Blakey T and Baseball Kid rounding up the final races or final places with DNFs. But yeah, good job, guys. Cyber, we're going to start with you, P3 at the Charlotte Roval. I know that's not the position that you wanted, but it just seemed like towards the end of the run, your car kind of got away from you. What was it from your perspective?
My car didn't really get away from me, if anyone was wondering. I mean, I hit my marks perfectly. I just knew there was a couple road courses behind me, so I just tried like hitting my marks like all around the track. But when you get other road courses against other road courses, you rather get beaten some or you rather beat them. So I got beat on the other end, but all in all, good car, solid day all around. Made few mistakes. I mean, I'll take it.
Well, of course. And a fun fact: this is actually your worst position in the Lights series. We have a P3, which if you finish up season zero of Lights with a worst finish of P3, I consider that a pretty good season. Going into Homestead, though, knowing what's in the grand picture is what I'm going to say for the points battle. What are you expecting for next week at Homestead?
First of all, I did finish P3 before. That was at Bristol, so this is still my worst in a tie situation. But to point
Second
out,
time I got fact checked today.
yeah, yeah. But to point out next week at Homestead, I feel good about it in Xfinity. I ran good there another time, I think a few months ago. Almost got a top three in that, but slipped up late to finish fourth. So I feel really confident next week.
Well, well, there we go. Homestead is, of course, the season finale. So season zero will be concluded next week, and Cyber is going to be always, of course, with yeah, boom, roasted. Yeah, totally. Um, yeah, Cyber's always going to be a contender for the win. He's going to be racing on Cup in the Cup side, trying to lock up the championship. Realistically, he just needs to start. So there we go. Homestead's going to be a doozy on both sides. BS, take it away with Packers.
How you doing tonight, Packers?
I'm alright.
You started on pole with a really solid lap and led the first few laps. made a mistake that brought you to the back, and you fought your way back. What was that drive through the field like for you as a driver?
It's just frustrating. That's all. I really wanted to win this race, and I didn't. You know, I don't know.
Well, you didn't win the race, but you finished P2. You still gained points on your championship competitor, Nathan, and the net final race is at Homestead. How are you feeling about that?
I'm not sure. I just want to win a race at least and win a championship.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not over yet.
It's not over till it's over. That is for sure. Patton, take it away with the winner.
Well, Packers, I'm going to add on one more thing. Of course, with your P2 now, this is actually your best finish of the light season. Of course, we are going to say right now, yes, 41 points is the deficit. However, that is still obtainable. Of course, next week is going to be the great decider, for what's going to happen. You both are doing what you guys need to do in order to win the title, and honestly, with how you guys are doing, I think both this season and what you guys can do next in season 1 as well. Of course, with both of you guys returning to lights in season 1, as well as the cup side, I think there's going to be something special brewing here. Backers, so don't be down on yourself. You're killing it here, boss.
Thanks.
And now we move on to the man of the hour, of course, the newest addition to MRL. I actually don't have your paint scheme. Sucks because when I got a PS5, apparently I did not get all the schemes. So I guess we're running with the base one. Racing Greens, how are you doing today?
Good.
How do you? So let's start from the top. This is your debut race, MRL Lights. And we have a 25% at a road course. What were your expectations going into this race?
My expectations were really high for this. I mean, I've learned, I don't know if he is still in the stream, but Alexis Heredia, I actually learned from him. He sent me a video of how to run Charlotte ROVAL, and I heard that we were doing Charlotte ROVAL, so I had really high expectations for this race.
Well, was it high expectations enough to win, or were you? Was it just like a podium was what I was expecting?
I was expecting a definite podium. Wasn't expecting a win at all.
Well, there we go. Did I? What did you guys message me about 50%? Like, what did I say?
You said 25%.
On what?
How long the race was.
I said maybe I said, or maybe I was meant to say 28 laps. Either way, though, I knew what I was talking about, but it may have came out wrong. Either way, sorry to take away from your interview there, Racing Greens. So, debut race, of course. Your next race will be Homestead next season, and then we also have next race is Homestead, and then going into next season, which is a for fun season, to kind of close on out Xfinity with Heat 5. What are your expectations for both Homestead as well as the next 8-week season?
Homestead is a good track for me. I don't think I'll win there. Maybe I'll get a podium there, but the top is what I kind of struggle with, and I usually run the middle, and it kind of slows me down. So I'll be trying to practice the top, running the top, and the little for fun season. It doesn't sound bad. I mean, there's another league that's doing it, and I have like 3 wins there in there. And we have Watkins Glen, which is another road course. Definitely have high expectations for that.
Well, there we go. Hopefully we can. We'll see you more both in the race as well as on the podium. Heck of a statement with your debut and a win. So excellent race there, bud. Excellent race from all three of you guys. BS, you have any closing thoughts for the podium before we exit on out for the race?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Great drive.
You talk about me.
BS, I'm sorry.
I just want to say it was a great drive from all of you, and it was a pleasure to watch.
Of course, two 50% races here, back to back on Sunday and Monday. Excellent racing on both sides. And I'm actually looking at the leaderboard right now, seeing if anyone made it for the weekly. We see Hunty on Sundays taking away the top spot, but Racing Greens is P2 with only 2/10 difference. Of course, we are killing the top five in the weekly side of things. So excellent job from everyone here, and for everyone that has put time into this race as well as the season so far. One more race to conclude the MRL Season 0. We will be at Homestead for all three series. Hopefully we can see you guys there. BS, thank you so much for coming up here and hosting this race with me. And congrats to the podium guys. And we will see you guys on Saturday. Peace.